Doug Anderson is an engineer by trade. He was drawn into beekeeping by the social structure and complexity of the hives and is now president of the HUGEUNOT Beekeeping Association. The group meets monthly, and one of its goals is to bring young people into the activity.
A big important part of our club is our Young Beekeeper program, and that is open to kids 12 to 18 years old that have not had any beekeeping experience or exposure to it. Similar to farming, where the average age is going up of farmers, same with beekeepers. Your average age of beekeepers is going up, and we're trying to get more youth involved that will continue on beekeeping and carry the program on.
Because of disease and pest problems, close to a third of all Virginia beehives don't make it through the winter each year, so it's vital to rebuild bee populations in the spring. Virginia farmers rely on honeybees to pollinate a wide range of fruits and vegetables, from apples to zucchini. In fact, honeybees help pollinate 80% of the field crops in the U.S. A state program to provide free beehives to interested citizens ran out of funding in March after more than 2,500 people applied for one. 14-year-old Luke Penfield with the HUGEUNOT Beekeeping Association is one of thousands of Virginians who've already been involved in beekeeping.
That club had a special activity for young beekeepers. And so my older brother, he thought he would do it. So he entered and he actually won. And so he went for the first year and then decided beekeeping wasn't his thing. And so he handed it off to me. And beekeeping, it's like one of the greatest opportunities that I've ever got to done. My brother, when he quit, he left me all his stuff. So now I have the material and stuff for 4 hives. But I had 3 going into this winter. Then you lose stuff in the winter, they starve or get cold. And so I lost 2 of my hives, so now I'm down to 1 hive, which is actually doing really well. 1 hive can contain somewhere to 1,000 bees to 60,000 bees. But yeah, there are a lot of bees in a hive.
If you look closely into the hive itself, you can sometimes see the queen and all the activity around her. In this case, Anderson has marked the queen so he can track her movements around the hive.
So the worker bees are kind of going around her, and what they do is they'll groom her, they feed her and take care of her, but they also then will touch her, and her scent will then touch those bees, and they'll go touch other bees, and they spread that pheromone all around the hive. And as long as the bees know that pheromone is there, then they know that the queen is there and everything's good in the hive, so they can keep on working just like they normally would. Once a queen is gone, they will know within about an hour in the hive, depending on how big the hive is, they'll know the queen is not there, and they will start making preparations to make a new queen. They'll take a fertilized egg that is maybe up to 1 day being a larva, and they will then make a queen cell out of it, and they will feed it only royal jelly, which turns a worker egg into a queen cell.
The HUGEUNOT Beekeepers Association offers a Young Beekeepers Award to recruit young members. It provides a basic Langstroth beehive, a package of honeybees, and basic necessary beekeeping equipment, which includes hat, veil, hive tool, and smoker, free of charge. It also includes mentoring for 1 year. But Anderson says you don't have to win the award to get into the activity.
Getting young people involved to keep the hobby going and keep that alive and active as the age is increasing. We want to get more young people involved. And then just spreading it out. Anybody can be a beekeeper no matter where you live. There's a lot of people that are in subdivisions that have hives. There are a lot of people in the city that put them on roofs. So they are hives everywhere. And you can manage them just about anywhere. And so depending on how many you have and what location you have, you can be a small garden beekeeper, or you could be a sideline beekeeper and have 100 hives. The number one thing is education. So joining a club, going through a beginner beekeeping program, getting a mentor so that you know what you're doing into the hives. And if you know a beekeeper, ask them if you can join in as they inspect their hives. And the problem with the beekeeper is once you get them talking, it's hard to get them to stop. They're very friendly people.
Beekeeping is a rewarding activity for Virginians of all ages. It's especially encouraging to see young people learning how to work with nature and pollinating plants. And there's always the honey, which may be the sweetest reward of all. In Goochland County, Virginia, this is Dave Miller.